Excellent, mate. Not much else to report, really. We survived Storm Amy. I didn't have to tip the beam over this time. Normally, when I had the box section mast, I'd be tipping things over, wouldn't I? But I didn't this time. I did lower the lattice down as low as it would go. The very big bottom section is guide anyway, so I left her, what she parked at, I don't know, 25 feet, I expect, at its lowest. I left it parked at that, and it survived. I woke up in the morning, it was still there. And yeah, that was nice. It's quite a mission tipping the damn thing over, as I'm sure you know yourself, Rolly. There's a hand winch on there, and the tipping over is not so bad. It's the rewinding it, pushing it back up. Christ almighty, that's a workout. Hundreds of turns to get it back in the air. But other than that, Rolly, yeah, WX, very grey, dull, overcast. It's not particularly cold here today, but yeah, it's dry as well, as you said to the other chap. Very, very dry. Ei5kp M0 video.
Yeah, just joined by Ei3JSB by Lockie in Dublin there as well. So good afternoon to you, Locke. Hope you're well, and we'll push it around to you there in just a second. Yeah, Tony, you're 20 over, pretty much solid there now, and getting a really good listen to you. It sounds great. I'm kind of surprised when you say you haven't been. Yeah, you've been out of the shack so much, but I suppose, yeah, look, it's I think it's habit as well to a certain extent. I think you got to yeah, if you sort of fall off the wagon, it's very easy not to go back at it. I always yeah, for me sins and me pens, I do come in and I try and do a little bit of something every day, even if I don't make a contact. The radio is on and I do sit down in front of it, and I suppose maybe as well, you see, I have the advantage of this being new, so that sort of brings up the impetus and the enthusiasm levels a little bit as well, whether that be short-lived or not is another matter. But if I'm not at it, yeah, God knows what else you'd be up to. So I suppose I may stick at it. And yeah, fine on the tower and the antennas and Amy and all the rest there. It was pretty rough here, but I didn't. Took me life in my hands, and I said I'm not going to bother do anything with it. I just left it. It's all at about, what is it, maybe, I don't know, 50, 60 feet, and I just left it and sort of babysat the antenna a little bit, just made sure it was pointing the right way at the right times, and everything is good. I did have a bit of slippage, and that's not a medical term, thank heavens, not just yet. But anyway, I did have slippage previously, so I had to yeah, do the dirty deed, take it all down, tip it over, and lock her up another little bit there. But everything is good. So that was a good test for us in the storm. Nothing has budged. I was yeah, the last time I obviously just hadn't tightened things up after the new rotor went in, and say I left it at 300 degrees. I came back in the morning and it was pointing at 0 degrees. So anyway, after Amy, nothing has budged. Ei3JSB, up to you there, Lockie, in Dublin. I wonder how you copy. This is 5kp with M0 video. Over. Oh, don't know where he's gone. He's still there, Locke? No, maybe he got called away there in the middle of all that there, Tony. Oh, by the way, T, I'm sure Lockie will break in when he's ready, or if he can get back to us there. That recording, jeez, yeah. Well, I have to say now, I normally flinch and try and hide under the desk or behind the chair when somebody plays back a recording, but that was fantastic. I'm chuffed. Over.
Yeah, lovely. Rolly, Ei5kp M0 video. I nearly said Ei3 JSB then, but Lockie waiting in the wings. Perhaps a phone rang or something. He'll call back in, I'm sure.
I'm back on the call.
Do you know, yeah, honestly, Rolly, that's what I'm hearing here. It sounds great. It really does. But look, I'm sure we all get told this loads of times, but we always, I'm as guilty as the next man for it. We always try fine-tune it sometimes, don't we? Get that little bit more. Sometimes we go too much the wrong way, and other times we fall lucky, I think. And I think a bit of luck is involved sometimes in getting that sort of nice sound that we want. So, but for me, Rolly, I'll be honest, I don't think you've got too much to do, if anything, really. There's a little bit maybe here or there. I wouldn't like to say where. I like what I hear, that's for sure. Yeah, all good news on the beam in the wind, mate. Yeah, you're braver than me. 50 feet, my God, I'd have been having kittens, Rolly, at that height. Oh my God! But I did exactly the same as you. So what I do is I keep an eye on the direction of the wind, and I turn the beam broadside into it so it blows over the elements rather than having them bending out of shape, if you like. And I always do that. Usually, I park it about southeast here, and that's crossways in the garden. So and yeah, tip to tip. It's the width of my garden. The beam is, and yeah, she has a bit of a dance around, but nothing major. If I'm honest, the mast for this antenna I'm on now, the double bazooka, bends and wobbles around far more than the rest of it does. So, but I'm sure, like yourself, Rowley. I mean, I sit back and think. Going back into the warmer summer we had, when we dug the hole for it, the kids said, I said to the kids, "Do you want to get down in the hole, kids? I want to take a picture of you in there." And you sit and think to yourself, the kids, they had to have a ladder to get in and out of there. That's a big bloody hole. And there was a real nice, the local metalwork shop here, really good boys, Lemster Engineering. I got them to make me a real big steel frame to go inside the hole, with all the threads sticking up and that, as you do. That's where you think as you're pouring the concrete and you think, oh my God, I hope my measurements are right. But look, it all fell into place. But you just sit and think, there's a lot of concrete in the ground there. Take some moving, that would. And of course, a lattice tower, I suppose, is meant to have the wind blow through, isn't it? So she survived anyway, so I'm happy. And again, for me, even though it was lowered, a very good test, Storm Amy. She certainly did. She whistled through here. I think worse on the Saturday than it was on the Friday. 50, 55 mile an hour gusts. So, and she stood up lovely. So there we go. Ei5kp with a pause for Ei3JSB, of course. M0 video.
I'm back, boys.
You are indeed.
How are you doing, Tony? You're sounding good. You're 20 over to me, and Rowley, you're 20 over as well. So